What's up YouTube, this is FNH here with a brand new video talk about iOS 13. So I'm going to make a couple of iOS 13 videos, and the first one is looking at their top features and my personal top 5, but we're going to go through all of them. This is directly from Apple's website itself, so if you didn't know, there was a conference, I believe yesterday, and basically Apple announced a lot of new things like the new Mac Pro, a couple of other things, iPad, some updates, a few other stuff, but the main thing is the iOS 13 preview. So they always do this before the new iPhone is released, almost always do this, and essentially the new iPhone is going to come out in fall around September like it always does, and then the iOS update comes right a little bit before, like a couple weeks before, so all your iOS devices can have it, and then the new iPhone comes with it pre-installed. As you can clearly see over here, it says it's coming this fall, and and I feel like this is a game changer. It's this huge significant change since like old updates, because I know other iOS updates have been like very minimal in updates, but I feel like this is a game changer. So let's get right into it, and I'll point out my favorite ones. So again, like I said, directly on Apple's website itself, so not gonna go with the other websites. So the first one is dark mode, and I personally really like this one, and I know a lot of people who are not too happy with Apple's battery life will personally like this. You literally just turn it on. I know I will for a lot of times, not for battery reasons, but for in general, I prefer dark mode for a lot of my sites. It makes it easier on the eyes, and it's just easier to see, but they're finally introducing dark mode. As you can see, they have a lot of different features. It makes life so much easier. You'll save battery, especially if you have older phones. It'll be extremely easy for you to like go with it. Photos and cameras, again, as you see, I make a lot of new YouTube videos, videos with my phone. Majority of it is from my phone, like 90%. Then the rest is like Osmo Pocket, and I have a Canon camera and a few others. But majority is my iPhone. I can't wait for the next iPhone 11, I guess, XI, and hopefully with that, these things will supposedly help it even more. So you can see there's portrait lightning control, high key mono, and all that other good stuff. They changed up the design as well. I know they already changed it initially, and I liked that design, but they're changing it up even more and making it even more efficient, which is pretty damn cool. I'd like to see how that goes. They're fixing up the editing, which is good. I personally use other apps to edit right now, but I'd like to use the iPhone as much as possible if I can, because I make thumbnails from that as well, and I'd like to utilize it so I can utilize those tools as well. The next one is privacy and security. I personally don't care about this, but they started this sign-in with Apple thing. So that I kind of liked in general, because I don't have to go crazy with like, do I do Facebook? Do I do YouTube? Google. Which one do I sign in with? So this one, I guess, is cool. Most of the stuff, I guess 90% of the websites that ask me this, I can just click sign in with Apple, and boom, I'll be signed in. So that's pretty cool. I'm not too crazy about the home security and all that other stuff. Maps, I'm not too excited about this. I know Google's significantly better. I've always been with Google Maps. I've tried Apple Maps, horrible. God knows where it's telling me where to go half the time. It's literally lost half the time. I used it a few times in the car with Apple CarPlay, and it was so bad. I was like, come on, man. It was getting me lost. I'm like, this sucks. Yeah, you can make me look 360, but it doesn't help. I personally don't like it. Maybe they re-updated the crap out of Maps. We'll see how that obviously ends up going. Siri is something that I don't personally use as much, but we'll see how advanced it gets. They all say they have a great Siri thing. The best one I've seen so far was Amazon. Siri doesn't really always answer my questions. Every time I ask it a question, it just says, hey, this is what I found for you. I'm like, that sucks. Like, it doesn't read the answer. It doesn't tell me what I'm exactly looking for. Again, Amazon Echo was the best one, or Alexa, I guess. And I don't know about Google's. I never tried Google as much, so I can't speak on Google, but I've always tried Apple and then Amazon, but Amazon was always the best. I guess much more user data, because their HomePods is insanely expensive, Apple's, and Amazon's Echoes are like $20, $30 on sales. But we'll see. Maybe Siri got better. They updated it. A lot of people obviously use it, so we'll see how that goes. Announced message, I don't have AirPods. Maybe if the next AirPods become like noise cancellation and whatnot. Right now it's not worth it. It's just regular Apple headphones. Cut off. I have Bose. I'm perfectly fine with Bose. The next is Memoji and Messages. I don't care about Memojis as much. I've rarely ever used it. Messages, I liked a few of the features with the swipe key features, which you see here. I have a special keyboard, I think it's called Swift Keyboard, or Swift Key, that I use for this. But if this gets better and adapts to my writing style, I don't mind using this new keyboard feature. Reminders, again, I don't use as much. I use Gmail reminders, so I don't know how if they can integrate those reminders, beautiful. If not, it's not too much for me. Because I use Google Calendar, Google Mail, Google, all that other stuff. If they can integrate them together, I'd like them to do that. If they can, great. If not, then whatever. Quick toolbar. I'm not too sure exactly what those are. Smart list, again, it's something I don't personally use, but I know people do. CarPlay, this was a huge one to me. My car has it. I've driven cars, like I rent when I go travel and whatnot, rented cars. They almost always have CarPlay because they're new cars and whatnot. And this is a huge feature. Right now, if you don't ever had CarPlay, it kind of sucks. If I click on messages, the maps goes away. If I click on the music, the map goes away, or the whatever messages goes away. Everything just goes away. I'm like, dude, you have to do basically what Android does. Not the Android autoplay or CarPlay, but Android phones where you can have like 2-3 screens on your screen itself. That's what this is doing now. See, I'll be able to have the map on the side. I don't know if messages will be compatible because it could be distraction per se, but at least I can change the song over there and I can do other things, which is cool. I want something like that, and obviously they're definitely putting it in there. There's a new Apple Music app in there, new calendar map. Again, this is overall extremely well efficient and cool. I like it. So the performance, this always happens, and I remember when before I bought the iPhone X, I think I had the 8 or I had the 7, whichever one was the one like right before that. When I did the latest update, these updates always end up increasing it significantly faster, and it even makes it not worthwhile buying the next iPhone if you're doing it for speed purposes. I usually do it for other purposes, mostly camera, but you can see like they're again faster unlock, 30% faster, 2 times faster than before, and smaller download size. So see, that makes it better for old users. Now if you had an iPhone 6 or 7 or whatever, whichever one is compatible till we'll go to the list, you'll be easily able to like open your apps now. And again, once you have, let's say, the iPhone 11, I guess that's 4 times faster or 8 times faster. They always double the chip and double the RAM and all that other good stuff, and obviously so much more. Let's see if they show compatible devices right here. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. So you'll be able to do obviously iPhone X and XRs, all the ones, 8, 7, 6, and SE is the last one, which is extremely impressive because SE is probably the cheapest one out there, and I'm actually very happy they did that. I think iPod Touch 7th generation is the latest one, because they announced a new iPod as well. I think it's about that one. I could be wrong, but I believe it's that one. If it's not, unless the latest one is the 8th generation, but they're doing that one as well. So overall, this is a very long, wide list. If you still have an iPhone 5, I just recommend you to jump to the SE or the 6S. These are significantly cheap. It's like, trust me, they are very, very, very cheap. You can easily get those, and you will have no issues. I'll make a video on how to get the Apple Beta program if you want to. You have to be a developer, but there's a work around it. I'll try to work it around for you guys. You need a Mac for it. I don't have a Mac, but there is a workaround. I'm actually working on it. Once that's done, hopefully, if it works, hopefully I can make a video and show you guys how to do it, and we'll go from there. So that was it, guys. Overall, there's also Watch OS 6. I'll probably make a video on that as well. But these are the top things I saw on the top 5, I guess. And overall, I hope you guys liked the video and found it helpful and informative. And let me know if you're excited. Are you going to get the latest iOS update? Do you hate Apple? Do you even have an Apple device? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But other than that, F and H out. Peace.